So this weekend I am at Pembrey race circuit in South Wales. It's a long drive down here last night in the van with Neil. We're here to do a bit of Freetech racing, so Freetech Endurance. It's 125 4-stroke road bikes that 17-year-olds should be on. The idea is it's supposed to be cheap and cheerful. It's not as cheap as you'd like to imagine. It used to be, but it's not anymore. As is the way we're racing, everyone wants to spend some money to try and win. It's wet at the moment, test day. We're not doing the testing. Yeah, we'll go out and have some fun. So you get a right good mix of bikes at Freetech, all based on 125 4-stroke road bikes, the occasional 50cc 2-stroke. There's a mix of CBR 125s, Hondas, Yamaha R125s. You get the odd occasional 150, a couple of GSXR 125s, occasional 150. Every now and again you get a fighter jet as well. It can be quite distracting that here actually. I was riding here a couple of years ago, come down the start finish straight, and I looked up above me and there was an aerial acrobatics team practicing and I couldn't stop watching. Yeah, it can get distracting from time to time. So here we are, Neil's bike, it's serious. Factory KTM Red Bull sponsorship, as you can see. It's hideous, but ugly bikes are normally fast bikes. But we're in the street stock category, which is your light modifications like power commanders and quick shifters, but engine wise they are standard. There's production class, which none of them are here, but some of these little kids are in, which you're not allowed to do any sort of power commander or fueling changes. We're in street stock. And there's Moto 4, so we borrowed Max's bike as a spare, just in case, but Max's is tuned, it has internal engine work, so Max's is the faster of the two bikes, but it's it's not our bike, so we just brought it as a spare in case something goes wrong with Neil's. It's a long way to come to get no laps, but Neil's top secret, don't tell anybody. Factory wings, extra downforce. It's not going to need it with Neil sat on it, but ready for it. We're going to have a bit of a watch for the day. Get the slick front back in. It's due to be dry tomorrow, so we'll see how we get on. We had a couple of people drop out team-wise. Sam thought he was on holiday and he wasn't, so moron, got it wrong. Max couldn't get the weekend off from work. Everyone else was busy. I thought it was going to be just me and Neil. Tom dropped out, sell out. And but luckily, saved the day. We got my mate Will, who I met at the Manx. He's going to come and join in with us as a third rider. He's a local, so he's excited to be here. Keeps messaging me every 2 minutes. So yeah, see how we get on tomorrow. So just wandering across pit lane. There's no riding of bikes in pit lane, which is quite a good thing to be fair. It's quite safe. You don't get bikes flying up and down pit lane and running you over. You've got to turn the bike off there before the cones. You have to dismount and then push it through pit lane. Up to where, I don't know if you can see it, but where that little red sign is. Can I zoom in on that? Yeah, got a bit of a watch. So as you can see, the track's still a bit damp. Well, a nice dry line coming. Oh, jumped out of my skin then, Neil. Come past so fast, nearly scared me. That fast is just a blur. That's it, yeah. So move the camera dead quick like that. No! Fatt Todd.
Fatt Todd.
David Todd's brother.
I want to introduce you to Phil, who's been the circuit manager for many, many years. We turned up here a few years ago, getting on now, and we said we want to race 125ccs around your racetrack where Ed and Senna tested a bunch that we've been previously here. That's helping our entries racing. We've had a full grid for a number of months. We're also trying to support the youth of today. We've got an incentive to sponsor a junior team from Freetech and its associated partners, PowerTech and Mechlin, alongside that with 30 partners.
Morning. So it's race day now, Freetech at Pembrey. It's nice and sunny, really clear sky as you can see. So I think it's going to be a nice day. It is currently wet though. It's a strange place, Pembrey. I'll move the camera. It's a strange place, Pembrey. The track is super grippy when it's wet, to the point where you don't really even need wets, which is such a strange thing. Most people are terrified by it. You say, oh, you're running slicks in the wet. We ran in slicks in the wet a couple of years ago here in -1 conditions, the wettest I've ever raced in, because it rained mid-race. We left the slicks in because it wasn't worth changing tyres with how long was left. At the end of the race, we pulled in pit lane, the tyres were steaming and bone dry, so they were still red hot, still grippy, still doing good lap times, and didn't have a moment. So we're going to go for slicks, because it'll be dry by the time we go out anyway. It's not due to rain again, so there's no point in putting the wets in. Just going to leave the slicks in. We had to guess on gearing. It'll be a compromise because there's a bit of a weight difference between myself and Neil. So we're going for a bit of a compromise. So it might be on the limiter in 6th gear for me down the straight, but it needs to still pull Neil. So we'll see what it's like. And our secret rider for the weekend, Will, he's it's not so secret, but he's in between weight-wise. He's bigger than me, which is not difficult, and obviously not as big as Neil, which is also not difficult. So yeah, let's see how we go. So Will's going out for first practice on the machine. He needs to get himself acquainted with all that power. He's got to get used to downforce as well, hasn't he, Neil?
He's got Freetech Virgin.
Freetech Virgin, right. So he's going out for a plate. It's his relatively local track this, so he knows the place. He's going to go for a play out, and yeah, do some practice, do some qualifying, do a race. So Will's been out and done qualifying for us and done practice because he needs the most time on the bike. Me and Neil are both running 125s loads of time. So Will's been out, he's qualified as 9th in the first session, but qualifying is split into 2 sessions. You pick which session you want to go in. The track is drying, so theoretically it'd be better to go in the second session, but there's only 10 minutes between sessions and it's not drying quickly, so and it's a Le Mans start, it doesn't matter, we just want to just get on the grid and get going. So we're happy with that. 1:30.5 I think he did, was his fastest time, and the track is still pretty wet. I'll just show you, just have a jog over pit lane without getting run over. So the track's still pretty wet but with a dry line, but like I said, you can get away with murder around here on the wet, on slicks, and Will knows that, so yeah, happy with that. Let's see what the second session goes like, and wherever we start. and then yeah, 6 hours. Let's get going. I don't know why the camera's blurry, but Neil's just doing his warm up. Is this practicing for when you're letting the gravel? Twerk, baby, twerk. So you ready for it, Will?
Yeah, boy. Let's
send it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
Where are we going?
I'll just bleep it, didn't he? That's it, we're away. Will's off doing the first stint. We qualified 13th overall after the second session had been done. Didn't get the best of starts. I don't think the bike fired up first touch of the button, but it don't matter. It's a 6 hour race, so losing a couple of seconds on the start is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, all right, let's get going.
He messed up the start.
I know, I've just said that.
He's got earphones in and earplugs in, and he couldn't hear the engine. The engine was running for ages.
And he didn't know.
And I'm trying to, and you're not allowed to push him. So I was like, and eventually it sank in and off he went. But
oh well.
He was nervous, bless him.
Like I just said to Cameron, it doesn't matter losing 5 seconds on the start. It's a 6 hour race. 5 seconds is nothing in the grand
it's not
scheme
made
of
up on
things.
first corner, kid.
No, exactly. So let's see how we go. Right, I've no idea if this is recording because I've had to tape the camera into my helmet, and I put tape over the light that shows you if it's turned on or not. I'm pretty sure it is. We'll soon find out. I think so. I'm just saying I've taped over the light that tells you if it's turned on or not.
Right, so you're gonna know.
I don't.
Oh.
When you press the button, it turns on. It vibrates, and I'm pretty sure I felt it vibrate. So I'm 90% certain it's recording. We'll find out at the end of the day. So the race was scheduled to start at 11. It was a bit of a delay. Started at 20 past. Our original plan was to, because you're only allowed to do 30-minute stints, you get penalised if you go over 35. So it's going to stick simple, stick at 30. But we're going to go for on every half hour, on every hour. So instead we're going for at 10.2 and at 20 past, at 10.2, at 20 past. So Neil's going to board him in. I've done a little bit of limbering up, stretching, not quite Neil style, but ready to go. The only thing that's a bit crazy about this, with having everybody doing half an hour stints, is it means everybody pits at the same time. And as you can see, this is a bit hectic. So you have to dismount at them cones at the end, get off, push your bike through, and then your next rider jumps on. So I hope Will's got good legs. I hope we've got drama, man down. No rush, is it in gear? Oh, it feels weird going back on one of these. I'm used to you, I'm rubbish. I wish I'd got it. I did have a laugh at you as I come past though. So you can't park that there, mate. Right, been out for my second stint now. I think we're about 2.5 hours in, something like that. Yeah, 2.5 hours in. So we've refueled at 2 hours. I did 1:27.9 in the first stint. Will was a little bit quicker, I think mid-27s, I think he did a 27.1, something like that. In the second stint, I felt a bit better in that one. I managed with 23.8, which is the fastest lap in our class by about 3 seconds. I don't think there's anything more in it though. I was being a bit greedy with it, pushing, and I think I'm going to be in the grass if I go any harder. Good fun though, enjoying it. My neck's aching, really sore because you spend so long tucked in. It took about 10 minutes for my eyesight to come back to sort of 0 mile an hour, because you spend your whole time tucked in, looking up like that, trying to look through your eye, and your eyes ache. And you come in here, you just feel dizzy when you're off the bike and you're spinning. So Neil's back on the bike again now. Let's have a look at some lap times. Yeah.
It's smoking out of corners. It's just. Oh, I'm struggling with it.
The pit entrance when on the other tracks that we normally do is where your transponders start. That's
So we'd still finish third with a
We're still third, even with a penalty.
How much was the penalty?
1 lap.
1 lap.
So yeah, a 1 lap penalty for going over the 35 minutes. Even though we weren't on track for a 35-minute stint, we were in the pits by like 32 minutes, whatever it is. Because the pit stop takes however long to do the fuel, it took us over 35 minutes.
Are you happy enough to do
Yeah. I was different crack.
an inside top 10 overall?
Yeah, 9th overall on production. No, street stock, innit? Street stock, this. Yeah, happy with that.
Third in class. Thank you. I've got to grab a beer.
Yeah, honestly, mate, they're dishing beers out. They've got beers, it's the first thing you do. No, I'm good, I don't drink.
Is he grabbing them, is he?
I don't know. Neil will probably grab 2 for himself.
And at the bar, please welcome up Click Shed Motorcycle. Overall winners and the motley crew of the PowerTech racing team.
Oh my god. You're going
Yeah.
Show us your trophy, Will. He's very emotional. He's very happy he's got his trophy. 3rd in class, that'll do. Okay, so about halfway through the race, I jumped off the bike, give it to Will. Will went out, and he comes straight back in on the next lap, saying the bike wasn't revving out properly. It wasn't hitting the rev limiter. It was hitting like a limiter earlier than where the limiter should be. There's nothing we can do about it. Just carry on, go. So we went back out, and it was still rideable. It just wasn't quite as fast, so we lost a couple of seconds a lap for the rest of the race. But when you come through the pits, you lose a lap because there's no timing beam in the pit. So that was 2 laps in a row that ended up being twice the length it should be. So we lost a few minutes there. But end of the race, and we've still managed to hold 3rd in class, which is all right. We're happy with that. And I think it was 9th overall. It come down to like a last lap battle for 9th. The geezers in 10th were a second or 2 a lap quicker than Will was, and they were closing him down. If it had been another sort of 5 minutes longer race, they'd have probably had him. And at the finish line, I think there was only a couple of seconds between them. He was right close. But yeah, third in class, street stock 125, and 9th overall. So happy with that.
So now I've got Parc Fermé, which is compulsory. You have to stop at Parc Fermé in case there's any protests. And Hudson likes to force everyone into a social and puts a beer in everyone's hand when they turn up. So as you can see, big group of people all just enjoying it. Yeah. So now we're going to pack up and go home. See you next time.